Good Wednesday, and thanks for being here. Some showers and storms this evening. We've got more in your forecast. We've got more 90s. We've got temperatures down around the 80-degree mark for daytime highs. A bit of everything in your forecast. I'll get to that in more detail in just a few seconds. My apologies for last evening. Sometimes I feel as though when something crashes and burns, figuratively here in the studio, and breaks, or if I'm out for some other reason, I bore you with the details. But I don't want to just make you think I'm ditching the show just to be ditching it. But yesterday, we'll say this: a very large, heavy cast iron cornbread skillet or tray, if you will, very large, hanging on a wall, came crashing down onto my bare toes, which I'm sure are broken. X-rays are pending. It's all different kinds of shades of purple and black, and it is a great deal of pain that I'm masking right now. So with that said, my apologies. With that, we have a great deal of news tonight, a couple of important updates. I haven't got indictments, a number of indictments coming out of Johnson County to report out to you this evening, and a host of other news. A couple of road announcements. First off, for those of you who travel the right fork of Licking River, 3337 in McGoffin County, delays tomorrow, Friday, and then Monday. They're repairing a break in the pavement at around mile point .15. That's just north of Route 378. They're going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning, go to about 5 o'clock each day. You can use 378 and 30 as an alternate route to bypass the work at the location, and that's going to apply to about 150 vehicles which travel that portion of Route 3337 every day. I also have another road update for you this evening in regards to this bridge, which has been closed now for a number of weeks, and it looks as though will remain as such. It's been since close to mid-May that this bridge was discovered seriously deteriorated on Old Lick Creek Road, getting ready to resurface over it. Crews did a quick inspection, didn't take long to deem it unsafe to travel. It's been closed since. Got an update today from the Judge Executive's office, Matt Wireman, telling me that he'd received word that the design for the new bridge is complete. The beams as such are being ordered this week. A contractor is already on the ready, and that they are hopeful to have construction of a new bridge, because this one's not repairable, hopefully done by the middle of July, and most certainly before school starts in early August. Keep you posted. A couple of other updates tonight. That of the capture of a man considered dangerous by the Floyd County Sheriff's Department, found in another state. And as well, Johnson County authorities and Sheriff Hazlett are still investigating that very serious and what could have certainly been a potentially deadly drive-by shooting in Johnson County. Monday, I spoke to you about Thomas Price, who was wanted by local authorities. Price, who had been arrested some months ago after a months-long manhunt, a very extensive one, or several weeks at least, I do believe, by Floyd County authorities. He's eluded authorities on a number of occasions and escaped. He wasn't an immediate threat, but he was considered to be dangerous, and they put an immediate notice out to the public, as I did on that night, saying he also was believed to be in the company of a female. They found the orange jumpsuit he was wearing inside her apartment, and they put out a description of that vehicle. As of last night, Price has been apprehended in West Virginia following his arrest and that of his accomplice. He is going to be brought back to Kentucky if he hasn't been already, and they wish to thank the public. They were able to access his Facebook Messenger account, and then they found that he bought a prepaid phone. They were able to find that phone, ping it, and then forward the information to West Virginia State Police, is where they found him. And that is where he will be being brought back from to Floyd County to face these charges, and of course we suspect new ones, possibly in West Virginia. And I just checked in with Johnson County Sheriff Scott Hazlett just a few moments ago, shortly before 6 o'clock, to see if there were any new developments that I needed to pass along to our viewing public about the still ongoing investigation into that drive-by shooting that took place in Johnson County over in West Vanlier Sunday night, just moments before 9. As you may recall me telling you on Monday's show, witnesses saw a blue four-door car pull up in front of a house that sits at the mouth of Colby Drive, about 125 feet off of the roadway, and they know that someone got out of that vehicle or from that vehicle, fired multiple shots, at least 13, from an AK-47 or assault-style rifle, striking the residence, one striking a man who may have had a finger amputated from the bullet, as well as 2 rounds, one going over an older female in a hospital bed and one going just under her. Authorities are still looking for any and all leads in the case. No motive as of right now. They know that the vehicle had stopped there in the Route 302 area Sunday night around 9. They're hoping that maybe some security footage from close or nearby residences or businesses, possibly that vehicle may have traveled to or from that area, or any other information will be called in, as this is still a very active investigation. You can contact the Johnson County Sheriff's Department 789-3411 or the non-emergency dispatch line at 789-4221. I'll let you know just as soon as there is new developments. Johnson County indictments are next.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net. Sometimes you just can't wait, and when it's one of those times for an amazing elective ultrasound of baby, call Mommy and Me 4D Imaging, a local studio with years of OB experience. Located in Sagersville and waiting at 496-5423. To you, Fraser's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drug. A long list of indictments coming out of Johnson County last week from the current grand jury, and a number of individuals named in a number of indictments themselves. 42-year-old James Paul Fultz of Fredonia, Kentucky, was indicted for receiving stolen property of an automobile over $1,000 in value, being a persistent felony offender for having at least 2 felony priors, operating on a suspended license, failure to maintain insurance, registration plates, and no registration receipt. This for events on around April the 13th of this year, when he was in possession of a stolen 2017 F-150 stolen from Louisville, found in Johnson County. He was ordered held on a $5,000 cash bond. 42-year-old David Stambo of Paintsville was indicted on theft of mail matter and possession of stolen mail for being in possession of another Paintsville person's mail on around March the 29th. He was issued a summons to appear in court. The Johnson County grand jury charges 28-year-old John A. Litton of Williamsport for burglary in the 3rd degree and criminal mischief in the 1st for burglarizing a building on Depot Road owned by Dr. Sturgill and damaging that property in excess of $1,000. 34-year-old Matthew Meek of Paintsville was indicted on account of criminal mischief in the 1st degree for causing damages exceeding $1,000 to a 2017 Hyundai Sonata owned by another Paintsville resident. 55-year-old James Moore of Paintsville was named in 4 separate indictments, one for trafficking in methamphetamine on November the 7th of last year, almost 3.5 grams, ordered held on a $10,000 bond, one for possession of methamphetamine, criminal trespass, and possession of paraphernalia for April the 14th of this year, another indictment for trafficking in methamphetamine on September the 27th of last year, and the final of the 4 for trafficking in methamphetamine greater than 2 grams in August of last year. 44-year-old Dina Melvin of Nippa was indicted on multiple counts: possession of methamphetamine, possession of a controlled substance being hydrocodone, possession of a controlled substance in the third degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, for being in possession of the before-mentioned drugs, including gabapentin, on January the 12th of this year. This picture from 2013. James Kestner of Hager Hill was indicted for possession of methamphetamine for events that took place in July of last year on the 2nd, while a pair of Ohio residents were indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine and other accounts. 22-year-old Antoine Freeman of Akron, Ohio, was indicted for trafficking in a controlled substance, first-degree methamphetamine, complicity, and speeding after he and Michaela Garner, 20-year-old Michaela Garner, also from Ohio, were stopped in Johnson County with almost 890 grams of methamphetamine. Garner as well indicted on the trafficking in a controlled substance first-degree charge. 29-year-old Warren Fitzpatrick of Hager Hill indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine over 2 grams from January the 17th of this year. 57-year-old Deidre Hill of Paintsville indicted for possession of methamphetamine in the first degree after being arrested on April the 23rd of this year in Johnson County. 35-year-old Amy M. Morgan of Thelma named in 2 separate indictments, one for trafficking in meth over 2 grams in February of this year, and the other for trafficking in controlled substance methamphetamine over 2 grams, being in possession of over 10 grams of the drug in March of this year. Ordered held on a $10,000 cash bond. 38-year-old Jessica Spradlin of Paintsville named in multiple indictments, one for trafficking in methamphetamine over 2 grams and being a persistent felony offender in the first degree for having at least 2 prior felonies on her record. The first for trafficking in January of this year on the 22nd. The second for trafficking in meth on February the 1st of this year. The third for trafficking in methamphetamine also in February of this year. 48-year-old Jeremy Burchett of Paintsville named in multiple indictments, one for trafficking in meth and being a persistent felony offender. This for trafficking in November of last year, almost 7 grams of methamphetamine in his possession. The other for trafficking in methamphetamine and being a persistent felony offender for trafficking on November the 1st of last year in Johnson County. One for trafficking in methamphetamine again for trafficking on November the 28th of last year, almost 12 grams in his possession. And a fourth for possession of a controlled substance, that being methamphetamine, on April the 29th of this year. Erica R. Fletcher was ordered held on a $10,000 bond for trafficking in methamphetamine, almost 7 grams, in February of this year on the 12th. 43-year-old Caleb Tackett named in multiple indictments, one for trafficking in meth and being a persistent felony offender in the first degree for more than 2 grams of methamphetamine on February the 13th of this year. The other indictment for trafficking in meth and PFO for December the 19th of last year. 44-year-old Matthew Goebel was indicted on account of flagrant non-support for being in arrears over $7,000 from April of 2011. Rudy Castle of Jackson Street in Prestonsburg indicted on flagrant non-support for being in arrears over $12,800 from May the 1st of 2005 through this month. And 42-year-old Wade Laney of Prestonsburg indicted for flagrant non-support for exceeding over $4,200 from January of 2022. Also indicted without a supporting photograph or other details, Cletus Jackson of Lima, Ohio, for flagrant non-support, being in arrears of over $9,600. And Jonathan Ferguson, no picture available, for trafficking in methamphetamine, for trafficking in meth around January the 11th of this year. He was also named in another indictment for trafficking a few weeks later, also in Johnson County, where he had more than 2 grams of meth in his possession on both occasions. Laura Williams of Maple Street in Paintsville indicted for possession of methamphetamine and alcoholic intoxication in a public place. I'll be right back.
Hey, Eastern Kentucky, it's time to celebrate the 4th of July with a big bang at Jerry Pelfrey Fireworks in Paintsville. There's over $5 million in stock at our warehouse. Get a 500-gram finale, $199 retail. Jerry Pelfrey price, only $39. All first responders get an additional 25% off. Morning Glory Sparklers, 36 count, retail price $10. Jerry Pelfrey price, only $1. Come shop us in Paintsville or online at jerrypelfreyfireworks.com.
There were times that I just could not concentrate on things.
There's days I wake up and I don't want to do anything.
It's just devastating.
The grief that happens after the death of a loved one can leave you feeling confused, lost, and alone without a roadmap. But other people have traveled this grief journey before you, and there is hope and a way forward. Grief Share is a proven video-based support group that connects you with others who are traveling the grief journey you're on right now.
Grief Share is a place where you can be as raw and as ugly as you want to be, and it's okay.
I joined them online and it was great. It was wonderful.
Each weekly Grief Share session consists of an insightful video with grief experts and testimonials, a small group discussion, and encouraging workbook exercises. You'll also receive free online resources and tools that help you move forward in hope and healing.
I gained so much more than just understanding of grief, and I think I saw it from a bigger picture too.
Visit griefshare.org to learn more.
It's community calendar time, and first we have happy anniversary wishes tonight. Happy 25th anniversaries. Belated, it was for yesterday when I wasn't here, sorry. To Tanya and Terry Jenkins from your son Trenton with a lot of love. The happiest 25th anniversaries to you, and I'm on time for this one. Happy 44th birthday today to Tanya Jenkins. Love Terry and Trenton with lots of love, as well as from a whole lot of family and friends. Happy 44th birthday to Tanya. The happiest of birthdays to you. A couple of reminders on our calendar. The Sagersville Church of Christ on Parkway Drive is having their vacation Bible school this Saturday, the 29th, 10 till 2. They hope that you'll come. Bring the kids. And it's going to be a good time as they go on the path that leads to Jesus with a lot of crafts and games, a puppet show, food, and more. Big horse show coming up this weekend, this Saturday at the Magoffin County Equestrian Park, the horse park down on 460. This one's hosted by the North Magoffin PTO. Big fundraiser, big show, 30 classes. You want to get in one? Well, you know how it works. Be there. The gates will open at 3. The show starts at 6. If you're going to come and spectate, just $5. And kids 12 and under, well, they get in for free. It's going to be some great food, concessions, fun, great show. They got an awesome new LED lighting system. All the new things that they've done there make it a premier horse show arena. Summer Blood Drive coming up at the Sayersville First Baptist Church Friday, July the 19th, which will be here quicker than you know, but I'm wanting to make sure you know about it early enough so you can make plans to be there. Summer is always a crucial time for blood donation. A lot of folks out there doing things, accidents and the like, that will need blood, and then a lot of folks, traveling and the like and not taking time to donate. It's kind of a perfect storm or scenario, so to speak. So if you can, be sure and plan on donating. Plan on your calendar announcement being here, as long as you tell me what it is. From there, funeral service announcements begin tonight with that of Ross Ernest Marshall, 81 of Sagersville, formerly of Ypsilanti, Michigan. He passed away Saturday. Survived by son Terry Marshall, stepson Dave Matthews, daughter Laura Marshall, his brother Riley, sister Imogene Push, 15 grandkids, and several great-grandchildren. Ross is preceded in death by his first wife, Betty Tackett Marshall, and a daughter, Charlotte Blanton Marshall, as well. And a celebration of life is going to be held in his honor 5 to 9 tomorrow at the Magoffin County Funeral Home. 82-year-old Clyde Jackson of Lacey Creek Road in Sagersville passed away yesterday, survived by his daughters Jenny Ousley, Theda Sloan, and Rhonda Jackson, his brothers Clifford and Michael Jackson, and a grandson Leland. Clyde is preceded in death by his wife Lenora, a son Gary, and a daughter Dora, as well as 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Services will start this Friday at 2 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will be tomorrow night from 5 until 9. Patricia Ann Ratliff, 47, of Wabash, Indiana, formerly of Johnson County, passed away Saturday. Excuse me. She is survived by a sister, stepfather, 2 nieces, and a nephew, and a host of aunts and uncles and family. Graveside services start tomorrow at 1 from the Topsy Ratliff Cemetery under the care of the Jones and Preston Funeral Home. And 65-year-old Rebecca Kretzer Lines of Paintsville passed away Monday, survived by her daughters, a brother, and 3 grandkids. Services in her honor start this Saturday at 11 from Jones and Preston. Friends can visit the funeral home from 5 to 8 tomorrow and starting at noon on Friday, and then, of course, until services start Saturday morning at 11. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. Get ready, because the 21st annual Magoffin County Community Day is coming up Saturday, August 17th in Ramey Park, and tickets, as always, are just $10, and kids 12 and under get in free, and those $10 tickets still get you into one of the greatest bluegrass shows anywhere and a chance to win a car. And this year, we've got Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Larry Sparks, Dave Atkins Band, Turning Ground, Randy Maloney and Friends, Aaron Grace Rudd, Black Powder Express, Eddie Jenkins and the 606 Sound, Terry Miller and Traveler, and your MC, CJ the DJ. Get your tickets now at either location of the Sayersville National Bank.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Spring isn't the only season here. It's also senior season. It's a season for love, a season for Jesus, and a season to shop local at the Seasonal Shop. With spring colors, styles, and fashions by Charlie Page and Simply Southern, and more of your favorites, new arrivals in bags and totes and jewelry and more. And they've got everything lemon lavender, spa essentials for a little at-home pampering. And from simple to chinoiserie, must-see home decor is at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Coming out of Paintsville Independent Schools, they have an interim superintendent of schools beginning for the 1st of July and for a 30-day period until a permanent superintendent has or will be hired, and this interim superintendent making it clear that he is glad to help but is not in contention for the permanent seat. He does fit very well former superintendent of Johnson County Schools, Tom Salyer, who served as superintendent for 3 or 4 years up through 2017 until his retirement, has been hired by the Paintsville Independent School Board to serve as an interim superintendent following David Gibson's retirement, which takes effect on the 1st of July, which is, of course, in just a few days. A lot to talk about in the weather. It seems as though there always is. Some folks have seen some showers and a few thunderstorms, and some of their neighbors haven't. And that's kind of going to be the pattern. It's going to be a little more possibly widespread later on, as you can see off to the west. And one system there, pretty good little shade of red there coming through Sayersville here. And we have a continued 80% chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Look for this same activity to roll on through as a cold front comes through up until 1 o'clock or so, I do think. Nighttime lows right around the upper 60s, but we've got a few milder evenings in store. We've also got some more stormy days possible as well, and another cold front next week that we'll feel the after effects of, and I don't think we'll hear any complaints. Temperatures, we topped out at 92 today. Feels like 77 right now out there because it is. Yeah, took a good little dip. Actually about 77, 78. Nevertheless, and we have winds out of the west. Picked up an 18-mile-per-hour gust earlier. Been a breezy one. Right now, about a 2-mile-an-hour blow coming out of the west. Humidity up, as you can imagine, 77%. The dew point 71. Just enough rain to say I've clocked some rain, but that's changing right now as we speak. 0.01. And sunrise and sunset as they were when I was with you last. Still at 6:13 and at 8:59. So we've kind of plateaued there. That's how the calendar and the ways of the world work. 68 degrees, like I said earlier, an 80% chance of showers and storms this evening. Could pick up some rain, some needed rain for some of us, hopefully, when it's a little more widespread later on. And the effects of that cold front will be noticed tomorrow. We actually will see some cloudy skies early and a little AM fog. And those mostly cloudy skies will gradually part and bear some sun. And again, 83, very nice, comfortable degrees. It's going to be cooler. Humidity's going to be in check. It's just going to be nice, mostly clear tomorrow night. And it's short-lived as we're back to 90 on your Friday, but we're not seeing any temperatures into the low and mid-90s throughout your 7-day, I don't think. Let's check it out. Friday 70, Friday 90 during the day, 68, close to 70 that night, mostly sunny, and a 20% chance of showers and storms. Another front comes through as it does for your weekend. We're still going to hold on to about 89 on your Saturday and a low of 72, but Saturday looks to have about a 30% chance of showers and storms midday, 2 or 3, and as that system rolls through by Saturday night, we'll pretty much double that to a 60% chance of showers and storms, mainly after 2 in the morning. So an overnight right now looks to be time frame for some possible showers and storms Saturday night. Nothing on the severe side as of right now. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock for the entire viewing area tonight. No damaging, I should say, weather coming this way as of right now. Look what temperatures do after that front rolls through. Sunday, 85, partly sunny. We still have a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, but it is early. I think we'll be in pretty good shape Sunday, and shower chances might be gone by 6, 7, 8 in the morning, and then we'll see partly sunny skies for the most part, mid-80s, nighttime lows in the 50s. And look at that Monday, barely hitting the 80-degree mark, sunny, clear. That's going to be a nice work day. It's going to be nicer if you don't have to work, but at least it won't be working outside in the brutal heat, which kind of does flirt with us after that. Tuesday, 90, Wednesday, 91, sunny and clear to another system. Midweek, next week, gives us some more shower and storm chances, and then we'll have to see what temps do from there. Thank you, and watch out for those cornbread skillets. See you tomorrow.